Everybody, it's Carm Capriato. Hi there. How are you? Aftermarket Weekly, 12 noon East Coast time. And hey, we've got a great show planned for you. Maybe a little bump in the road, but you know me, I can always move on a dime if I have to. Hey, you're in the Dorman OE Fix studio. Glad to have Dorman here. You are part of the most unique aftermarket resource where we actually talk about some stuff, good stuff in the industry, and have a virtual shop tour. And I'm supposed to have on Carl Hutchinson, but I think you guys all know, go ahead and Rick, bring in JJ. I think you all know that we've had some incredible thunderstorms of late, and we have had, Carl, this is a first for the show in 41 weeks. Carl just emailed me 5 minutes before noon and says, we're having rolling blackouts here in Springfield, Missouri. So we're going to have to bring Carl on either at another time or he's going to pop in and join us. But, you know, that's the flexibility and the uniqueness of being live. So, JJ, we're going to have you substitute in here in a little bit. So thank you for being here. I actually had some other things planned to do with Carl. He was actually going to talk about mentoring, but with you, JJ, I think we're going to talk about, we'll talk about employee engagement. So thank you for, man, talk about pinch hitting, man. I owe you. I absolutely owe you. Hey, Rick, let's show JJ's place that we're going to get a tour of a little later. There it is, JJ. Thank you for that. I don't know if I got that picture from you or I found it on the internet. Really sharp looking place.
Thank you. Yeah, I sent that to you, I don't know, one day last week.
Great. JJ Greenfield from JJ Auto Care in Jacksonville, Florida. Hey, don't forget, everyone, we have taken Aftermarket Weekly and moved it to a podcast. Now, not only can you watch all the show's video at aftermarketweekly.com on your favorite listening app, just type in Aftermarket Weekly and make it a favorite. Subscribe to it, and you could take the show wherever you go, which is what most of you do. You listen while you're moving. Hey, today we have a trivia question for you, as we always do every week. In 1886, it's credited with being the birth year of the modern automobile. Now, when was the first gas gauge ever installed? I'm wondering if anyone may have a clue or an idea. Hey, if you're with us in social media, thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Check in with your city. Don't forget to give us a share, a like, a comment, or maybe you have a question for JJ or myself. Now, coming, by the way, I got to really tell you how much I appreciate Dorman bringing you this show each. The innovations behind Dorman Product Solutions are centered around your needs. Dorman has revamped the traditional wiper motor and transmission assemblies by combining them into one unit instead of two, therefore creating a complete repair rather than using individual components. The wiper motors and transmission assemblies have been combined into one installation. Now, how many times has a customer asked for a fix where only one component is broken and a week later they're back in because the other part failed? Now, there's no more need to worry about managing refurbished parts or replace individual ones. This innovation saves the customer 35% on total repair time. So save yourself the headache when working on the motor or the linkage. Fix the problem completely. Do the job once and make happy customers. This product is available for various makes and models. Chances are that if you're in the market for one, Dorman Products has you covered. Want to learn more about Dorman's innovations? Visit dormanproducts.com/tour. A cool new product, JJ. I love that from Dorman. It seems like it's a time saver, a smart new product. I can't wait when COVID kind of eases up a little bit more. I plan on going down to Dorman and actually doing a show right from there. Hey, coming up Friday in Friday's Academy, everybody, we are doing a show called Charging What We Are Worth. There you go. We're charging what we were. We've done a show on that a while back, but it's never more important than to talk about it today. A lot of people ask me, Carm, why should I increase my labor rates? How do I increase my labor rates? I know that discussion will happen here this coming Friday. Okay, JJ, you're on with me, man. Thank you for pitch hitting. I owe you, man. I owe you dinner. Next time I see you, man, this is a great thing. So employee engagement is something you've been talking about in your groups.
Yes, it's something I'm part of ATI. I imagine most of you are familiar with the Automotive Training Institute, and
yes.
It's been a hot button topic, again, not only in the automotive industry, but I think in every industry. and they had a guest speaker at one of their annual super conference a year before last.
Mm-hmm.
And ATI employed this company to work with their team.
Yeah.
And to do a survey. You actually give this survey to all of your employees that they fill out online. So I don't even get to see the individual results. All I get is a report back. And they asked, I'm looking at it right now, 28 questions. And you grade on a scale of 1 to 5. And then all I get to see is the averages of those 28. And it tells you where you stand in the automotive industry, or with ATI clients rather, and where you stand globally, with comparing me to Coca-Cola and places like that. And then obviously the places where you score the lowest are where you have the best opportunities to try and improve things around your shop and in your engagement with your employees.
Can you give me some areas that they're giving back to you?
Yeah, so I'll start with one of the number one ranked answer that I got, or where I scored the best, was I am proud to work for this organization. You
Okay.
have a few more. Let's see. I feel valued for more than just the work I produce. My supervisor treats me fairly. My team's goals are aligned with the organization's goals. My work challenges me. My work performance is evaluated against measurable goals.
Yeah.
And the places where I'm just reading down the line, picking some random ones. The ones where traditionally you see people score the lowest, myself inclusive, that gives the greatest opportunity for you is my supervisor takes time each week to acknowledge me for work well done.
Got it.
And that's
it sounds to me it's an awful lot about culture, right? And
yes.
the willingness to want to be there and to work in your great organization. But the other thing I really love about doing a survey like that and getting those results is you can see what you can work on. I mean, you've got this great company, this great team, but you may not know what area needs improvement.
Exactly. And it's important. They really emphasize that when you're meeting with your team or when you're talking with your employees, you don't say, this is the area where we stink. You say, this is an area where we have the best opportunity for advancement.
Right. Always a
so
positive.
So you put a positive spin on it. Say, it seems like we're a little lacking in this area, but I have some ideas on how we can improve this and approach it from that direction.
So with that data now in your hands, JJ, how are you going? I mean, are you having team meetings? Is your coach helping you facilitate this? Are you going to rewrite some new, culture values?
Yes. So after you get these results, there's some follow-up paperwork they give you that can help you map out a plan. One of the first things I did was to name one of my tech that's been with me for the longest. He's been with me now, I believe, close to 20 years. Name him a shop foreman, and he's a little bit of a go-between between me and the shop, or the service advisors and the shop. He kind of, because he's got his finger well on the pulse of what the mechanics, what's going on with them.
Right.
So then he can sit down with my service manager and discuss things without having me to be involved in everything. Obviously, running a business there's a lot of I's to dot and T's to cross, and at some point you have to start to delegate some responsibilities. Especially as now I'm starting to get much more involved with ASA. So my time is being spent doing things like I'm doing right now, things to try and help promote the industry. And
Yep.
I've been in business for 30 years now, just as about a month ago. I find now that I'm really trying to give back to the industry that has treated me so well for all these years. And I'm spending a little bit more of my time trying to see that the aftermarket automotive industry will continue in the future, because the business is running itself for the most part without a lot of input from me.
I love it. You said so many important things to me, giving back. Listen, My show, all my podcasts are a forum for, great leadership and change and building great culture in the business and, getting stories told. I'll bet you I need to have you on a one-on-one podcast, and you need to tell me some of your great stories on how you got where you are, and maybe we can all learn from that. I love the other thought about, listen, JJ, I've got this penchant, if you will, for this year is to get as many young people on the show and hear about their story. Because if we don't support the youth today, we're going to lose this industry of ours.
Well, and if you would like to, discuss that further, outside of this meeting, reach out to me, because I've also aligned myself with the Jones Technical College. It's a local vocational school here in Jacksonville. And I'm one of their only, or I believe their only aftermarket affiliate. Most of the people that are aligned with them are the dealerships and big corporations. And I'm sure that they'd be delighted to do a broadcast from there, or certainly have a couple of their students on and talk about their experiences. And one of my technicians, I didn't find him through JTech, but it turns out he was a member of the first ever graduating class at JTech.
Yeah. Wow. How cool is that? That's a great storyline.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also involved in post-secondary on an advisory panel. And you're right about the independence. JJ, just let's do together. Let's tell right now, any independent who's going to watch this or listen to this over, in the future, please get involved. Please get involved with post-secondary.
Absolutely. And that's another thing that I've said where I'm trying to give back is to align myself with this Jones Technical College and trying to encourage young men and women to get into this industry, because we won't be automated out. You're just not going to create a robot that can diagnose a misfire and change a spark plug or an ignition coil. For all the electronics that are on cars right now, robots aren't going to fix them.
Wow. So true. Hey, listen, I appreciate this very impromptu, replacement for my guest host, JJ. Thank you. We're going to actually see a tour of your place here in just a few moments. Let's do our fortune of the week, everyone. Thank you, JJ. You stay right here. I'm going to open up the fortune cookie, and we're going to get the Dormanoe fix fortune of the week. There's usually been some really good ones lately. Here it is. Genius is eternal patience. That's pretty darn heavy, guys. Genius is eternal patience. I think you're going to have to think about that a little bit. I do. I think that's a pretty darn heavy fortune of the week. Hey, let me see what's coming up. Today we released a great podcast with Dave Hobbs. It was his part 3 with me. Listen, Dave he's just like, he's always on fire every time I get together with Dave. I think we maybe have done 4 or 5 shows together, but most recently for the start of 2021, Dave did a 3-parter with me, and he's got some brand new acronyms he wants to share with the industry. You'll have to listen to the episode to see what they're all about. Last Friday, we put out a great episode. JJ, I was talking about the young people. Here's a 36-year-old shop owner, Esteban Gonzalez, out of California. And boy, do I have a young streak going on as we're interviewing so many young people in the industry. A great family business out in California. And tomorrow, I'm doing something very interesting that I've never, ever, ever done before. Now, I've done Carmcasts, everyone, but I want to throw this at you. I'm going to have Tom Ham and Rachel Waka on with me, and we're going to start talking. But I'm going to give the audience the link to the studio, and I'm going to ask you to join us. Sight unseen, no rehearsal, just come in and join our conversation. I've never done it. We would love you to come in and shop with us tomorrow. This is where you can be on the panel as an impromptu guest. We're going to try that tomorrow, see what happens. That's at noon tomorrow. And I think we're ready. JJ, I think we're ready for your shop. Wow, JJ Greenfield from JJ's Auto Care, Jacksonville, Florida, pinch hitting as my guest host. And now we're going to take a look at your shop. It's all yours, my friend.
All right. Let me see. I have to try and remember how to reverse the camera.
Oh yeah, yes. Slide up, go to the gearbox there, and yeah, go to the gearbox.
Yeah, I'm
And
trying to get the gearbox up.
it's okay.
I
It's
know we did
okay.
this the other day.
Yes, we did. We did
And
rehearse this. We did rehearse this.
oh, there we go. The
Yeah,
gearbox says cam and mic.
yeah. Take the
Camera.
cam and flip the other camera, and then we'll get a chance to see.
Ah, there we go.
Ah, beautiful. Thank you to our listeners and our watchers here as you be patient with us, and we now get a chance to see JJ's place.
Okay, I'm going to try and walk out. We're on Wi-Fi, so I hope I don't lose it. I'll try not to get too far from the building.
All
And
right.
get you
Don't get
the
too far away.
sign. So I
Yeah,
can't see because I'm out in the sun.
you're
I
already
think, can you
breaking
see the
up.
sign?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and start walking back in.
Perfect. Beautiful looking front. I love that. Very, very elegant, if you will.
Thank you. And we have two entrances. So we have this front entrance here, and then we have a second entrance underneath this portico. Comes in handy for our Florida afternoon thunderstorms.
Yeah.
Let me see. Okay. I'm going to go back around to the front. And when the customers come in, this is our service counter.
Mm-hmm.
That's my service manager, Charles. Hello. And my lube technician, Juan. Hello. And then we've moved a couple of the chairs that we had in the customer lounge into the office area here to help space people out a little bit better during these COVID times.
Sure.
And then this is the customer waiting room. And bear with me for 1 minute. I need to put a mask on. I didn't realize I had a customer in here. Excuse me 1 second.
It's interesting to the audience the COVID protocols that are going on with some places, and nice that you did that. Are there many waiters in your place?
Yeah, it's very common, especially for oil and filter changes, quick
Okay.
services like that. So we have a nice TV here. And then we have coffee and snacks out. And then a refrigerator down here. I keep just Coke, Diet Coke, and bottles of water. And then this is actually one of the things I pride myself on. I have this wall for Meet Our Team. And then I don't know if I can turn it this way. Each employee has their own picture frame.
Oh, wow.
And there's one picture of just the employee, usually enjoying a hobby of theirs. Like in this one, I don't know how well you can see it. I'm a private pilot. There's a picture of me in front of one of the airplanes I fly.
Oh, cool.
And then there's a picture of me at a Jacksonville Jaguar game. And finally, at one of my favorite beach bars.
All right.
And then each year at the annual Christmas party, we take some group photos. And each year I switch those photos out of the employees together.
A great idea, JJ. I love that. To display the entire team to the customer base, let them realize it's a family here.
Yeah, and the customers and the employees both really enjoy
I see there's
that.
more pictures on the other wall.
Yeah, because we have that many people. We couldn't get them all on the one wall. So we had all of the employees are on the one wall that I was showing you. These are all just group photos from the annual Christmas party.
Got it.
And then this is the advisor. I have two service advisors. And this is their office. Yes. And we'll go down.
How many techs?
I have 4 techs, 2 advisors, and myself.
Got it.
And then this is our customer bath.
Oh, really nice. Really nice. How old's the building?
March will be 6 years that I've been in this building.
Okay. Did you build it from scratch?
I did. I bought the property and had the building designed.
Got it. Very nice. Very, very nice.
Thank you. Then on into my office and our guard dog. He may be small, but he's mean. He's tough. And so then this is my desk.
Very nice. And a back. I see you have an entrance to the shop too.
Yeah, so I can get out into the shop easily. And then, of
Smart.
course, no executive can be complete without a little relaxation
Oh,
after work.
I have to get to Jacksonville.
And then, okay, take you in.
JJ, you're the first person who showed us a stash. I'm sure there were other people we've done a tour with, but you were the first one that
I'm the
showed
only
it.
one to admit. And
Yeah,
then this is
right.
our kitchen area and technician lounge.
All right.
This is my shop foreman, Ryan. Ryan, flex for
Hey,
the camera. There we go.
Ryan.
And I keep a microwave, full-size refrigerator. We have plenty of cabinet space.
My big head out of the way.
Okay. And then this is one of two of the technician bathrooms. I installed a shower in the inside
Nice.
bathroom for those hot summer days. Sometimes the guys have plans immediately after work to, go to dinner or something like that.
Nice.
Go around. And I have an aunt that likes to monogram, so each employee has their own monogram towel.
Oh wow. Isn't that clever? That
it's a little overkill, but it is kind of funny. And then from there, we'll go out into the shop. This is where the technicians go to be dispatched to their next job. It's all here in this rack. That's Lorenzo. That's my J-Tech graduate.
all right. Hey, by the way, how many bays?
I have 8, including the alignment bay.
8, including the alignment, 4
Yes.
techs, 2 service advisors. Okay.
Yes. And I do have, I'm not going to take you upstairs because it's a mess, but there is the same footprint as the interior. I have complete upstairs, which is part storage and miscellaneous garbage. So it's like the garage at your house. It always kind of looks nasty, but it is where we keep our fast moving filters and things of that nature.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
And I put in all new Challenger lifts when I built the building.
Mm-hmm. Are you in kind of a commercial development or are you on a main highway?
I'm on a main road, but I am part of a business park.
Okay.
But I am right on what's called Beach Boulevard. It's a 4-lane road. And then this is where we keep the bulk of our diagnostic tools so that when a tech is doing some diagnostics, he can roll this whole cart right to the car that he's working on and have all of the probes that he needs for the scope. And we have a launch here, and somebody's using the PC. We have a PC that we keep out here
Right.
for the scope. But this way, we can't keep everything in this cart because it's not big enough, but we can keep the vast majority. This way, all the tools are, where they are, and they're handy for right at his access.
JJ, are you buying these scanners?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And then I have another tech bath out in the shop. So, we use this one as much as possible, keep the greasy hands out of the inside. But on those hot summer days, you really like to get inside and get in the AC a little bit.
Cool.
And then
so what is that area? What was that the end of the shop, right?
Yeah, no, I'll double back in just a moment. I just wanted to show, I give the techs a PC. So that to access all data, Mitchell, et cetera. Several of them have their own, and then I have another one for the shop because I'm only afforded so many subscriptions.
Okay, but does everyone have a tablet?
Yes, everyone has a tablet, and 2 of the 4 have PCs as well. There really wasn't a need for the lube guy to have one, and we are bulk fluids. And I did install one. It may be a little difficult to show. 15,000-pound lift that's handy for you lift the F-250s and other 2500 series and larger. And these days you have such big vehicles.
Any fleet work?
No, I don't do any fleet work, and
Okay.
not really interested, quite frankly.
Okay.
Tire balancer.
Sell a lot of
and
tires?
Tire machine. No, I would say on the average, 30 or 40 a month. It's really more of a convenience for my customers to do tires, so that, if you see a car that needs tires, it's one-stop shopping. You can get them
JJ,
while
the
you're here.
Wi-Fi,
You
the
don't
Wi-Fi
have
has,
to,
yeah,
every.
the
Okay,
Wi-Fi
so
has
I'll
worked
start backing up again.
flawlessly until now. Yes,
Oh, it
thank you.
has.
Appreciate
Okay.
that. Yeah, we got
All right.
about
Well, I'll
one
take a
more
few
minute,
steps
man.
back. Okay, so
All right,
that's
about
the
one
end of
more
the shop.
minute.
That's the alignment lift down there. Have you got me back?
Got it.
Okay,
Yep,
and
we're back.
Okay, and I'll just take you out then into the parking lot, which I wish was a lot larger, but we
And
make do.
JJ, are you doing all makes, all models?
For the most part, there's some of the high-end European that we just don't mess with enough. Land Rover, we don't want any part of. Jaguar, a few makes and models like that. But for the most part, yes, all makes, all models.
Well, great. Hey, listen, we're gonna put a pin in it. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Hang in there with me. Don't go anywhere. We're gonna kind of end the show. I want to tell you about some special event, everyone, that I am doing. It's coming up Thursday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. I got together with my great friends out there in California from ASCCA, and we have one hell of a panel. Me and 8 others, and we are going to do a great discussion on the roadmap to the future of auto repair. And I'd hope you could join us. It'll be streaming live on our website, remarkableresults.biz/live. It'll be on my Facebook page. It'll be on my LinkedIn page. It will also be on the ASA Facebook page. So we'll do some real heavy promotions in the next couple of days for that. But we'd love to see you. A lot going on with me this week. We have 4 live shows, but that's what I do for a living. Hey, let's do the trivia. In 1886, it was pretty much credited with being the birth year of the modern automobile. When was the first gas gauge installed? Well, it was 1922, everybody. That's when it was installed. And I do believe that's a version of it. That's a picture of in circa, in the early 20s with that little cork float at the end. Hey, next week, Joe Hansen's going to be here from Gordy's Garage. Everybody knows Joe Hansen from Gordy's. And guess what? I don't even have that graphic here. And the shop tour is going to be with Michael Galini at Your Auto in Plano, Texas. Hey, look at JJ. Carl just joined us, but I won't even bring him up on the screen because Carl, thank you for being in backstage. But JJ pinch hitted for you, Carl. Now, don't go away when we get off, Carl. We'll talk about getting you back on. But JJ, me and Carl owe you, bud. And thank you for being guest host with me. A beautiful, beautiful shop. And oh, by the way, let me say this. When I heard you talk about engagement earlier, which was a great impromptu discussion that you had, and I saw all the pictures on the wall, I realized the strength of your culture and why you're so, you're so moved to make it better.
Well, thank you for having me on today. I really enjoyed it.
Great. Hey, everyone, thank you for being here. We'll see you each and every Tuesday. And of course, as you all know, on a podcast and repurpose. Thanks.